13 PE Task 4.3. My first strategy is to turn up to every training that has been given to me by my swimming coaches or my boys' high teachers. I've implemented it by trying my very best to turn up to all the trainings that have been supplied during school times. This strategy does work to a point. I was able to turn up to all of the sessions provided apart from a few sessions which I couldn't. I couldn't come to the 3 sessions, all 3 of them, because I had other internals on while I was doing swimming. Therefore, I had to miss swimming in order to get those credits. I would like to think that it is working because I've made it my greatest effort to turn up to all those trainings, and I have done. There's just nothing I can do about other internals on at the same time. Therefore, I believe it is working. There is other factors which I've now walked around which can be stopping the strategy from being as great as it could possibly be. When I chose the strategy, I didn't know that I would have to miss out those trainings. I was not informed of the dates that I had internals on. However, I've been able to commit myself to this strategy. I assumed that I would be able to go all the trainings because I really didn't think anything would fall in the way due to the hours that they were given, especially with However, I was wrong, and next time I'll put in more time to checking whether or not I have other internals on and try to get them dates set on other times, or just try and move them around generally. I'm going to continue using this strategy I'm going to use this strategy, but I'm going to change it a wee bit and make it my new strategy. So I'm going to turn up to every training that I can that doesn't have internals on the way of them. My second strategy is train with a buddy for more efficiency out of school time. The aim of the strategy was to train with a buddy outside of school time so I could work with him or her and I could carpool with them. This strategy just did not work at all. This was not the right strategy for me to pick up. I highly regret it. I will put this down to 2 things. Not really having enough time for swimming, so I just ran out of time. I had too much other things on. And if I was able to make time, then I would be too lazy to bother turning up. If I had the ability to not be so lazy when it comes to swimming, I would have been able to make time. I know that if I had put in time and effort to go and train with a buddy and make myself go for more swims, I would have a higher chance of passing the PE internal with a better grade. The thought was always there, but the effort wasn't. Therefore, I would say the strategy is not working for me. I didn't think it will anytime soon. It wasn't very smart to pick up the strategy in the first place. I never really thought about it, and I never really told myself that it just would not work. I personally assumed that I would be able to break the cycle easily and not really worry about it, but that it would be easy to just not be lazy and just go for another swim. However, I was wrong. Just stuck with my old ways and only doing the minimal work that is required in order to pass. I'm not going to use this strategy anymore. There is no point in changing it because it just did not work out at all. So I'll get rid of the strategy and make up a new one for the weeks to come. My third technique is getting help from the swimming instructor with my technique. I have implemented this by being in the slow lane at the pools. In the slow lane, the lifeguard walks up and down giving us tips on how to be better and improve our technique. Therefore, she was able to give me some really good new tips on my stroke, which allowed me to be a better swimmer. I believe it is working now. She has given me the tips on my streamline as well, which is another thing I seem to have to get right now. Therefore, I believe it is working. It has turned me into a far better swimmer, and my strokes and also my stroke, which she helped me work on, have become a far better. It's allowed me to swim a hell of a lot faster. I can put this down as a swimming instructor having many years of experience, so she was able to pick up what I was doing wrong straight away. Therefore, seeking help from the instructor was a great idea. Improving my stroke and streamline has helped me out a lot. Meant I've been able to use less strokes per length and made swimming easier for me. I didn't really assume much from the instructor apart from the fact she would be able to help me with my swimming and turn me into a better swimmer, which she was. Therefore, this strategy has worked out for me over the weeks I've done swimming. I would not change the strategy at all because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this strategy has really made swimming a lot easier for me. because now I have a far better ability to swim. My fourth and final strategy is work harder on aerobic training. I've implemented this by trying to have more swimming sessions in class than out of class time. This strategy is working, but isn't as working as well as I wished it to be, because I was having to do other sessions in class time that were made up by other people, so they were more focused on the sprint time swimming rather than long distance, because that's what they wanted to work on. And what I wanted to work on was lasting in the pool, doing more high intensity work for longer. And I didn't do any trainings outside of school time throughout the internal. I should have taken control of more sessions and chose the routine that the group was going to do for that session. By making my own custom sessions that was going to be good for general long distance non-stop swimming rather than having to do sprint swimming, like 25 lengths at 25 meters each for 20 seconds rest in between, sort of thing. I should have done long distance. I should have had more of my sessions in there to assure I was getting the aerobic training at least once. I should have had more sessions in there to assure I was getting the aerobic training swimming in. I assured that from now on in the future I'll be doing at least one aerobic training a week, and that I will be able to become more aerobically fit. I'm not going to change this strategy anyway, because I don't think it is a good idea to change this strategy. I just didn't use it to its full potential.